really just trying to enjoy every second I get to play this game.
Elena Delle Donne at 50% is still pretty darn good.
Back with the vengeance, they can't break me.
Delle Donne has been unstoppable.
I know I've been playing for many years, but because of this break and this injury, I feel like it's a new me.
Let my brain begin.
My goodness! Give me that!
Cool, calm, and collect.
I love this.
Gather round and hear me roar.
Are you not entertained?
Welcome back to NBA Today. I now have the pleasure of introducing my WNBA sister, two-time MVP, 2019 WNBA champion, and just straight up, my friend, Elena Delle Donne. Welcome to the show. Elena, I hope you're well. And I'm just wondering, have you now forgotten about me now that you're big time as President Biden's co-chair on the Council for Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition?
Of course, I have not forgotten about you. It's an honor to be on here today and, of course, speaking to you, my friend number one. This is incredible. So thanks for giving me the time, Chiney.
I'm glad. I'm very glad to be in your presence, okay? And those are two favorites, you know, President Biden and you from Delaware. Actually, the only two people I know from Delaware, but that's a great list. Okay, so now we are both in the off season as comeback warriors, people that have dealt with injuries. I was rooting for you when I wasn't playing you, obviously. What was your biggest takeaway from this past season with the Mystics?
My biggest takeaway was just knowing that my body was able to sustain a season. It's been a really long time coming back from a few back surgeries now, from 2019 to playing in this season. So for me, just being able to sustain a season, get stronger as the season went on. As you know, injuries are so tough, and there were several moments where I just wasn't even sure if I'd be able to play ever again. So I was thrilled to be back. I'm excited as to where the Mystics, are and where we can go.
I know that feeling, and it's always refreshing because you feel like you're playing every possession like it's your last. And we have talked a lot about load management, particularly in the NBA, between Kawhi, LeBron, and others. Now, you had a little load management for your back this season, an injury, as you mentioned, that you've dealt with for most of your career. Why is it necessary for some players to load manage these days?
That was something that was kind of drawn up before the season even began with my physical therapist and our coaching staff, because they knew it's a long season. We had a condensed season as well. So there was just so much travel and so many games. And they wanted to make sure that I was able to progress and peak as the season went on, instead of just, going crazy at the beginning and having a hiccup that might keep me out for the season. So it was kind of all a part of the buildup and my return to play protocol. And it really worked out great. So I'm a big believer in it, especially when somebody is coming back and returning to play from severe injury.
Oh, yeah, co-sign, retweet. I know that was a big year for you, and I'm glad they load manage your situation, especially as we get older in the league. But this was also a big year for the WNBA, and a great way that we told the story over the season was through shoes. You, Breanna Stewart, were the first this year to have your own shoes since Candace Parker in 2011. Can you tell us about your shoe game with Nike and your inspiration behind the Air Delle Donne? Yes,
the Nike Air Delle Donne is set to release actually on October 6th. And I have 6 colorways that are going to be coming out. 2 will be in October, 1 in November, and then the rest will be January, February, and March. But I think it is so important that Stewie and I aren't, the first ones and last ones of this era to have our signature shoe. It's crucial that more and more women across our league have one, but I'm so excited that Nike and I have gone about this project for many, many years now. We say that my shoe is by far the most inclusive basketball shoe there is, because when I went into this journey of creating this shoe, I wanted it to be accessible for all. And that occurred by having a shoe that would work for myself on court and all athletes, and then also my sister, who this whole shoe has been inspired by, who has several disabilities, including cerebral palsy. And, she was part of the shoe testing, and it works for both myself on court, it works for Lizzie, and it works for everyone.
Following your relationship with Lizzie has been really inspiring to me as someone who plays with my sister. It's really touching, and I'm really glad that you have used your platform that way, and it's translated itself through shoes. Now, speaking of family, before we let you go, I'd be remiss to not mention a fellow WNBA sister in Brittany Griner. Griner has now been held in Russia for 228 days and counting, and today a Russian court set October 25th as the date for Griner to appeal her 9-year prison sentence for drug possession. Now, you were teammates with her in 2016 at the Olympics. Do you have a fond memory that you can share of yourself and BG?
I don't even know if I can share just one memory of BG. She just has the kindest soul and biggest heart. And to think that she's now been wrongfully detained for 228 days now and has been away from her family, been away from her sisters in our league, it's just absolutely heartbreaking. So we have to continue to speak about her, let her know that we miss her, let her family know that we will continue to talk about her until we get her home.
Absolutely. She definitely was missed this season, but it was nice to see that Team USA dedicated that gold that they won at the World Cup to Brittany Griner and saying her name and uplifting her in this difficult time. Elena, EDD, my sister, it's great talking to you. Congrats on the shoe, which I saw this season, and also congrats on being on like the president's speed dial now.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Great talking to you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.